folks of T. Joe, Transit Joe here. 85 degrees, southern Miami-Dade County. And just gonna go for a little rant and rave. Rant and a rave, and see how this old truck takes us to. Just had a little passing shower come through, very light shower on the breeze. Looks like the heat wave is over. It's setting back into our normal afternoon highs in the 88 to 91 range. None of that 96, 97 craziness. There's a couple of systems out in the Atlantic and one in the Caribbean. Some of them are organized, others that just have the potential for organization. They're promising us a lot of rain next week. We'll see if that's true or not. Know what it means? A lot of times they promise rain and it's a dud. You get nothing. And other times you get a system that'll try to develop close to the coast and it'll douse you with rain without any warning. But that's all right, because in this area here, you know, we're used to that. The area is designed for that. Ooh, we got a topless person. The area is designed for that, and we handled it okay. It's not like that tropical storm Hillary that pounded the west coast. It really caused some problems over there, because they're not used to it. So, not really worried about the weather this year unless something major forms, because the waters are very hot. So right now, those little systems, I'm not going to worry too much, not yet, but we're ready in case something happens. You've seen my previous videos, at least this year, I will not be working. There'll be no of that awful Alpha Bravo shifts or being away from the family, have them worry about you and you worry about them. None of that this year. So about this week marks the 3rd anniversary of my dad's passing. And although it's a sad time, at least I have, you know, memories going through my head. My dad was a great person, blue-collared, immigrant from Cuba. He brought us here without a penny to his name. Took whatever job he could to get us ahead. He brought us here so we don't have to suffer through the totalitarian communist regimes in Cuba, and the lack of freedom makes us appreciate freedom, appreciate this country. Never took that for granted. He was an honorable man, simple tastes, not a violent person at all, not a loud person. humble. And he taught us well, despite hard times, hard economic times. He taught us well. Never backstabbed anybody like some people do to get ahead. For that we'll be forever thankful. By the way, we're in the Rant. We're just riding through the community, riding and looking. You know, my dad always taught us. I said, you don't do anybody wrong. You should never have to see yourself cross the road. What he meant by that was simple. You don't cross the road for nobody. Which means that if you've done somebody wrong, and you're walking down a road or city street or whatever, and you see that person that you did wrong coming the other way, you got to cross that road. You don't want to show your face to them. Well, neither me or my two sisters, we don't have to cross the road for nobody. Just the way it is, you know what I mean? He taught us. And I guess he lives through me because I'm the same way. I got simple tastes. I live my life for the most part as honorable as I could. I never backstabbed anybody. I was a supervisor. I had to do my job sometimes. But believe me, when I did my job, I absolutely had to do it. It's what you get paid for. Make sure others do right, and you do right also. I always care for my fellow employees and try to give everybody a break, try to offer as much guidance as I could. It's not always successful though. And you know, every job has their, should I say, their malcontents, their oddballs. Not every job is made for everybody, you know. And then you got the people, the rabble rousers, the people that are just, they get up in the morning, the only thing on their mind is how they can make somebody else miserable like them, or how they can screw somebody. And you got some people that'll rat on others. That happen a lot in my job. You know, you get operators that come to me and say, hey, this operator here is doing something, and blah blah blah, and you go out there, you check it out, and sometimes it's not even worth checking it out. Sometimes it's that person who's telling on somebody doing what they're not supposed to be doing. But then you get others, and I know every job has one, that'll just they'll fabricate stuff from scratch. I mean, they not only lie, they fabricate it from scratch, like old grandma used to do with her pies. It's a nice antique there. Now you can tell we're in the range because look at Look how steep the driveways are. It means the elevation from nearby Princeton is about 3 to 4, up to 5 feet lower. And the further south you get, the more you get that elevation. We're heading north now. Princeton is just north of us. You can already see the difference here. I guess in the next block where the driveways are not as steep. But anyways, yeah, that dealing with people like that, that's one of the things that I am glad that I already retired. I don't have to deal with it anymore. I guess when you work with a lot of people, you're gonna see a little bit of everything. You're gonna have to deal with a little bit of everything. That's not a levee wall, that's the Florida Turnpike. Another one of those rides to nowhere and rant about nothing. I like this neighborhood because of the different architectures. You get 2-story homes, single-story homes. Look at these two houses here. Both of them are identical. Or almost identical. Yeah, getting back to it, I miss my dad. The last 4 or 5 years of his life, he was sick with Alzheimer's, horrible disease. And he don't deserve it. He didn't deserve it. Nobody deserves it. It reduces a once proud person to nothing but at the time of the passing, it's just someone laying in the bed. That disease runs in my family. I hope my family doesn't have to suffer through it with me, because that affects not just the individual but the whole family. So we're gonna end this video right here, I guess. Just took a ride through the neighborhood, and today is August 25th, 2023. I don't know. I'm gonna put this video in the queue. I don't know what it's gonna air, but like I always say at the end of the video, folks, be good to each other, take care of each other, stay positive, stay sober, don't drink and drive. Consequences are immense. It's not something you want on your conscience. So, from the Ranger, Transit Joe, say bye-bye.